Sir, kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's an honor and privilege to be a part of the CME conducted by Medvarsity Online Limited, and to conduct an academic session. I'm always I feel honored and privileged all the time. So today we are going to discuss the topic Omicron variants, and we will also see what are the new updates and how this COVID variant has affected all of us. So as we know that since last couple of years, we are dealing with COVID-19 infection, and then we have seen different strains coming in, and we have seen a lot of mortalities, and how the government has put up efforts all over the world. The efforts have been there to curb the COVID-19 infection, and right now, we are dealing with a new strain of coronavirus, which has created a menace at this point, at this juncture. And we are also finding it a little difficult to control, as we know that the transmissibility of coronavirus with Omicron variant is very, very high. How the evidence, was then ascertained as far as Omicron variant was concerned. I mean, the first case was considered to be, studied from mouse, and it has shown that there are a lot of mutations happening with SARS-CoV-2 variant, and then Omicron has 37 such variations. People have and the scientists have done a lot of work on that, studying molecular and genomic sequencing of the virus, and how this virus has evolved in humans. That has been studied. Basically, Omicron has got mutations pertaining to the spike protein that is there on the outer wall of the surface protein. And we have seen a lot of cases all over the world, basically not only in India, but we have seen the first case that was identified in the African continent, and then from there the COVID Omicron variant spread everywhere like wildfire. Within such a short span of time, it spread all over across the globe. And then we have seen India is not spared. We have seen a lot of cases, and we have seen USA being affected quite a lot. UK, we have seen a lot of cases of COVID-19. There we are able to see a lot of deaths also. Okay, and it is all about whether you're vaccinated or non-vaccinated. Okay, the infections in vaccinated individuals are mild, whereas those who are not vaccinated, the infection is very severe. So, but it doesn't mean that vaccination prevents the spread of infection. Even if we are vaccinated, the COVID Omicron variant is affecting individuals, and then but the threat is to those individuals who are immunocompromised and non-vaccinated individuals, diabetics, and patients with other comorbidities like cancer with chemotherapy, HIV, debilitated, diabetics. They are the ones who are vulnerable as far as the severity of COVID-19 infection is concerned. And then the tally started increasing from December. The first case was identified on 24th November, I guess, and then officially it was declared as Omicron new variant on 26th of November, and there onwards the cases started rising. UK saw the tally of cases rising from 31st of December onwards, and the major cause of concern and the etiology behind that was probably the gatherings, the festivities. People socialized, and then even though they socialized, but they couldn't maintain the social norms and the distancing, and then wearing face mask was also not, very much advocated by the individuals, and that's why it has started spreading. And we know that history dates from 541 BC, where the first plague case was identified. Every 100 years or 200 years after, the cases of the pandemics have come up. As we know, that plague was a big menace, okay, which originated from the Roman Empire, and it killed around 30 to 50 million people. And then it took 3 years to develop the herd immunity, and then probably that was controlled. But there was again resurgence of plague later on in 1860. But what is after plague in for 541? Second epidemic was seen with the black fever, where uh, plague returned as a Black Death pandemic. Yersinia pestis was responsible for pneumonic plague, and it spread like faster than the previous pandemic, and then it killed 200 million people in 4 years. Okay, then there was another outbreak in 1665, and in 1520 we saw new virus for smallpox. Okay, variola major and variola minor erupted, and it killed millions of people. And then what we saw, I mean, the healthcare system started gearing up and all that. Again, in 1817, we saw the cholera pandemic. Okay, where the cholera spread with waterborne roots. And then again, we saw in 1860 third plague pandemic, 1889 Russian flu, and then in 1918 we saw Spanish flu, and in 2009 we saw swine flu, which we saw a lot of deaths, around 1,51,700 to 5 lakh deaths were reported during swine flu epidemic in 2019. And in 2010, WHO could declare the end of the pandemic in August 2010. And that's why the probably the epidemic or pandemic was controlled because there were efficient antiviral drugs available. And but to date, for COVID-19 infection, there is no proven efficient antiviral drug available, though remdesivir is available. But the efficacy, is still a matter of debate. Okay, it is only useful in mild to moderate infection. For severe infection, it may not be helpful. So, but the vaccine has definitely played an important role.